have you guys' opinion. Like, how do you feel watching these films, seeing people, police officers, you know, continuing to kill African American male primarily? Because we don't want to take an effect on each and every police officer saying you guys are all the same, because you're not. You know, certain people just have, I don't know, each person's different. So I just want to know, how do you feel? What actions do you take, you know, the chief with trying to go by that?
I'll start on that one. So let's start back with, say, Ferguson and some of the incidents surrounding that. The city of Ferguson and all the research that has gone into that city resembles nothing of the Pomona Police Department or the community of Pomona. We have nothing in common. The demographics are different, the styling of policing is different. So when incidents like that happen in our organization, I mean, I had many discussions take place during briefing rooms, and we talked about that. And we talked about, that's not us. That is not us. And as you start to see the incidents and they unfold, and you listen to the media, you would believe, or you do read and watch, that people are being killed every day by cops. But again, that I don't recognize that as a reality in this community. So let me just, if I may, give some stats and facts. The Pomona Police Department has 163 officers. We responded last year to we had 99,733 911 calls. Our officers interacted with the public through a traffic stop, self-initiated contact, or a call for service 125,785 times in 1 year. That's last year. They wrote 26,945 police reports. They made 7,551 arrests. We have 1,600 known gang members in Pomona. 674 gang members were arrested last year. 300 guns were recovered. 300 arrests for prostitution. We have 2,000 people on probation. 225 people on parole. 308 sex offenders. Out of the 125,000, almost 126,000 contacts, we did receive 53 citizen complaints, which represents 0.04%. And then you talk about the theme, we're killing people every day. The fact of the matter is, the Pomona Police Department's use of force has resulted in death 3 in 7 years. None this year, none last year, none in 2014, unfortunately 2 in 2013, none in 2012, 1 in 2011, and 0 in 2010. So that represents 0.00035% of our interactions. So the reality, that's why I say the reality in our community is that we are not killing people every day. The truth is far from it. But I do understand what takes place in other departments and other areas of the community, and so that's a frustration at times for us, because we bear the brunt of the public sentiment based on the news media coverage.
Good for Pomona. All the negative animosity that we have been harboring toward police, right? That's what the truth session was, right? The purpose of this event ultimately is for reconciliation. That everyone in here who's participated in this program leaves with the understanding that the situation is reconciled, at least as far as this region is concerned, and we can go out and share that same message with the other individuals. And I think they've shown themselves quite available for anybody with issues.
Well, thank you. I jotted down notes of all the topics that we just barely touched upon. This has got to be the beginning of more conversation. I believe that at times people dislike each other because they fear each other, and they fear each other because they don't understand each other. And I recognize my role as one of the leaders of the Pomona Police Department, that I need to constantly and continuously find ways for my agency to positively engage and continue to reinforce the relationship that we're fortunate to have. Engagement, in my opinion, is the key. It provides us the opportunity to listen, to learn, and to adjust our policing model based on our community. And that's done by having an open mind, an open heart, compassion, and empathy. It's sincerely seeking to understand a perspective that is not your own. Quite frankly, that was one of the reasons that I was looking forward to this event so much and what the future will bring. I believe my most important role as one of the leaders in the police department of Pomona is to maintain and increase the trust and legitimacy of this agency. And that means in the eyes of our government and in the eyes of you, the people. Building trust and nurturing legitimacy is a foundational principle of building positive relationships between the police and community, and it's done with efforts just like this. It's important that we embrace a guardian and not a warrior mindset. Unlike images you may have seen from the Ferguson incident, our officers don't look like military, and they don't look like an occupying force. We need to make sure that we convey that we are part of the fabric of the community. We have to be active in all the civic opportunities, and then have our own community programs that attempt to engage the youth and the adults of the community to understand each other better. I think we're fortunate that we do have strong relationships that can still improve with civic organizations, community leaders, and community members. I do truly believe that we are accountable to you. That's my belief. And having said all that, does it mean we're perfect? No, we're far from it. But our officers do a darn good job under some of the most extreme and extraordinary conditions, and they get it right a lot of the time. But I truly do appreciate this opportunity, and again, I hope that it leads to more. Thank you very much.
What? You expect me to follow that?